how to make a bingo card using Canva. So how did I get here? Basically, I just chose the square template, or the square for social media, because square for social media seems like the most universal shape, but you can pick any shape. And then the next thing you're going to want to do, starting off on a blank page, is go to Elements in your left-hand column there. Go to Grids, and then you're going to have to scroll through the grids to find a grid that is compatible with what you want to do. Since we're doing a bingo card, I'm going to choose this one right here. And the fun thing about grids, because these are squares right now, is you can change them. So I don't want this grid to be a square. So I'm going to change it for now. And then knowing that I have the place where I'm going to be able to put book covers for the bingo card, I'm going to start populating the rest of the card now. So you can go to backgrounds. There's all different kinds of things in here now. I thought gradient would be visually pleasing, so I picked that for you. You're going to want to go up to text and create a heading. You're going to make it nice and big, maybe spread out the letters more so that it stands out as a title. Drag that up to the top. I think I'm going to leave it black. Then I'm going to go, these are things I always do first because you don't want to forget them, because you always want to have your website. Let's do that. That's pretty. Put that at the bottom down here. Use the guides to let me tell me where it's centered. I actually think that's too big. Take it down a few notches. You can make it pretty by going back to Elements again. So this is the Elements menu these days. All of my recently used elements are going to show up here. There's grids, charts, frames, which is another option if you want to line up everything yourself, but make sure that it's the right frame. Lines, and then illustrations. But you can search up here and turn free off and on. So I only want free elements, and I want to look for a swirl. And so you just grab something, you change the size, you rotate it. Now you've got something pretty on the side here. If you're going to put rules in, you can put rules on the side, whatever. And then the important part, I have a folder in my Canva that's just my covers. So I go to my covers, and you drag them into whatever square you want them to be in. It's a little finicky sometimes, but go ahead. Some of my covers are slightly different sizes because different people have made them. So just grab your different covers, populate it, drag it into the grid. So one of the fun things about the grid is that it's got the lines between them. Actually, so the other thing you're going to want to do, I'm just going to delete you, because you probably want that center one to be like a space or something. If you want to do that, you need to make that blank. And so one of the tricky tricks you can do is go to a shape, make it whatever color you want, make it whatever size you want, and just put it over where it would have gone. Or if you have a blank cover, you can just drag it in there, or blank anything. But that's the other tricky trick way of creating a blank square if that's what you want to do. So that's how I would, and now that I have the covers in there, I can adjust the grid spacing to make sure it is the size and shape I want for my covers to appear, for how I want it to look inside of this square that I've made for social media. You can add an extra band around it in Elements if you want to. Go to this one, change the color, make it whatever color you want. The other tricky trick here, make it smaller if you want the actual size of the line here to be thinner and then stretch it to the outer size that you want it to be. So if I were making a bingo card for social media in Canva, that is how I'd do it.